How's it going? I'm Kevin Tui, your Warrior Spirit Guide, and I wanted to talk about how I was able to do this retreat that I've been talking about, this Warrior Spirit Guide, one day men's retreat. And I thought that you guys might be interested. Some of you might want to do your own retreat. Maybe you want to do your own Warrior Spirit Guide retreat using the 12 actions that I use in the daily journey inward. And I had to thank my partner because she really encouraged me. I have had this idea for a long time, and I've I've had it together. It's been ready to go. I did not have the power to pull it off. Didn't have the power to execute the idea. I did not have the power to set a date and just do it. And she just kept encouraging me to take a shit list, keep facing my fears, keep getting rid of my fears about it and my resentments about it. And then I would meditate about it happening. And she even encouraged me to talk to a friend who had a lot of experience putting on retreats, and I resisted because of fear of this guy's going to steal my idea, he's going to do better than me, all this kind of stuff. And it's just amazing the way it worked out, because once the fears got removed, and it just happened, and I got in touch with this friend of mine, and I lost the fear of him taking my idea, because it's you know and now I've been actually encouraging him to take my ideas, do his own thing, you know steal. I mean, not steal, but it's like, take my ideas, use my ideas, and anyone can use my ideas. I'm giving them away here. I'm not asking for anything here. So I'm really grateful to this process, because now that I've kind of crossed the threshold, crossed the barrier, got faced those fears, and had those blocks removed from taking action and doing the retreat. Now it's like, whew, wow! Now it's a whole different playing field, and I'm already. This is my third video I've made in 2 days. There's just so much power has shown up uh, in wanting to share my experience. I'm not even trying to do anything. I'm not even trying to get anything. I just want to share my experience with men, and and not just like how to do a retreat, but what I had to do to do a retreat. Which, who doesn't have fear about it? All the fears that come up, with the fears that block me. What are people going to think? They're not going to like it. They're going to think it's boring. And like I said, you know, my ideas are going to get stolen, or, being possessive and territorial in my ideas. What a drag. And once I was able to let go of that, now I don't care. It's like, it's not just an idea. This is how I live my life. I do these things every day. So, you know, who's going to do it better than I am? I'm living this, I'm doing this. I'm doing it for a living, literally. This is how I live my life, doing these, taking the 12 actions of the daily journey inward. And if people can do it better, great. I'd love to see if someone can do it better. That'd be great. Show me. I want to do better. I want to live better. And like I said, once I got freed of all those fears and resentments, it just happened. And when I met my friend Gary, and we sat down, he first thing he said, "Okay, what date, or what's the date going to be?" And I was like, "Ugh." And we got a date going, and that was exciting, and scary too, is because once you set a date, you got to stick to it. Um, I had the date down, and then find a place. We used Gary's backyard. Gary just moved into a big house, and he had a big backyard, and we set up a big bell tent. He had a big tent, and we had a portable sauna, and he had a big ice bath. There was formerly a water barrel, a giant, not just a barrel, but like a water catcher. This giant, big rectangular plastic container, and and then it was after getting that stuff, it's like, oh, what are we going to eat? When are we going to? What's the itinerary going to be? And you know, it was really simple because it's based on the daily journey inward, and so it all took place starting with taking a shit list and it was all around that. And Gary suggested taking a walk, which was a great idea, to do that before, kind of loosen people up and being out in nature and getting to know one another. We all introduced ourselves and got to know each other a little bit, and everybody got to know each other. And we had some coffee and protein balls, and um, it was just really nice little crisp 20 to 30 minute walk. And we had a dog with us. It was just neat having the dog. Kind of really is a great thing to have, animal to have around, because everybody loves the dog. And dog was dog was a male, and I just felt like he was picking up on all the male energy. It was just really cool. Then I bought some drums so we could do a drum circle. I made a giant salad, and I'm vegan, but I was open to chicken or whatever. I don't know. I forget if Gary brought chicken, but we had my partner my partner and her friend made some soup for lunch, and had this. I call it the kitchen sink salad. I just put everything in, every vegetable in this salad, and some fruit and nuts, and everybody loved it. We also had some breaks. Took a couple of breaks, and then we did some light exercise, some stretching, some breathing, some warm ups before we did the ice bath and the sauna. And it really made a difference, just because people who had never done it before, they were loosened up and warmed up. And I encouraged everyone to take their shit list about their fears and any resentments that were coming up about doing the ice bath and the sauna, and everybody did it. I'm the worst. I do like 20 seconds, 30 seconds in the ice bath. I love the sauna. I could stay in the sauna forever, but the ice bath, I'm still learning to do. And some of the guys who had never even done it before did 2 minutes, 5 minutes. I was like, geez. And it just went really so smoothly, having just a framework, whatever it is that you want to accomplish or share with the group, whether it's spiritual or exercise or just building a community of men and some camaraderie and some I think, did I say exercise already, or whatever it is, combining all those things. I've been to retreats where they use tobacco. There's like ancient tobacco. They blow up your nose and stuff, and all kinds of other stuff. Ayahuasca. I'm sober, so I'm not really interested in ayahuasca or mushrooms or stuff. And if you are, that's great. Um, we saw some mushrooms during the walk. They were actually those kind of mushrooms, but we left them there. Took some pictures. But whatever it is that makes you excited, or you feel passionate, or just you know bring some cards. Board game doesn't have to be just to have a day together. And I had this vision of it being like 8 to 5:30. That would have been a long day, and I'm really glad that Gary suggested that we condense it, and it ended up just being till 1:32, and it was perfect. It was perfect timing. I just had fear it would be too short, but it was perfect. Everybody was you know tired, but also just so jazzed about the experience. But it was we did a lot. We walked, we wrote, we shared, we got creative, we did the drums, ice bath, sauna, more sharing, eating, giant lunch. And then we had chocolate bark and blueberry banana bread, vegan banana bread. And it was a lot, it was a lot. And also just being vulnerable and being around people you don't know, it's you don't realize how much energy you're expending. So, but it was, again, it was, like I said, it was in the other video, it was perfection. And I'm just real excited because I'm building a community on Skool. I'm going to use some of this footage, and I'm also going to share more specific stuff to do with the daily journey inward. and I'm going to be inviting you guys to check it out in later videos when I'm done with it. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to the Warrior Spirit Guide channel. If you like what you're hearing, if you want to hear more, if you want to get in touch with me and have a conversation about the Warrior Spirit Guide and the Daily Journey Inward, if you want some private coaching, if there's something you want to talk about that you haven't heard here or that you'd like to know about, relationships or trust, intimacy, whether it's you're trying to get being in a relationship or trying to date or just having friendships with men or colleagues or work, family. There's there's so much stuff out there for us to uncover, and what's the thing they say? They say discover, uncover, and discard. Yeah, because that's what we're doing in the daily journey inward. We're looking at ourselves. We're finding out stuff, getting free of it, and then getting rid of it. Because it's like, old ideas and old beliefs. I want to get rid of them so I can have some new ideas and beliefs. And yeah, I'm really just excited about the future, and I'm usually not, I'm usually fearful about the future because, in but this is something really positive but organic that's happening. I'm not even, because it's just based on how I live my life on a daily basis, and I'm just excited to share it. I'm excited for all the different ways we can share it together, and that we can share whether it's one-on-one or as a group and all this kind of stuff. And I hope that was useful in learning how to do a retreat, and it's not as daunting and difficult as it is. The main problem I found is what's blocking me from doing it. What's in the way of me doing it? Because you can do anything you want. There's no rules. It's a retreat. You're just basically getting a bunch of guys together. Don't forget to feed them. Whatever you're going to do, have it spread out. Take some breaks, and whatever it is you want to share with people, or just have a good time. I love playing Uno. Next time I'm going to bust out my Uno cards and play some Uno with the guys because it's a fun game, and it's a great way to have a laugh without getting too intense, and you can just get to know each other by playing a game. So anyway, that's enough out of me. Thank you for being on this daily journey inward with me. I look forward to seeing more of you on the Warrior Spirit Guide, and there's going to be more videos to come. And again, please comment and let me know what you thought of this video, and I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to talk to you, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.